Hi there, I'm Tracy Heatley, and I thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Better Marketing Podcast. I'm bringing you marketing magic in minutes. This podcast is for service-based and professional services business owners and entrepreneurs just like you. And in this episode, I'll be talking about building trust through transparency with your marketing. We'll explore how being open and honest in your marketing can really strengthen your reputation, deepen your client relationships, and ultimately grow your business. As always, I'm here to help you get clear on your marketing strategy and be confident in your marketing. I'm a chartered marketer and CIM certified AI marketing specialist with over 20 years experience in business, helping people just like you. I work with business owners like you every day as a consultant, mentor, and trainer, helping you develop and deliver marketing that works. So let's dive in to this episode and explore why transparency builds trust. We've all heard the phrase, people buy from people, or people buy from people they trust. And whether you like the phrase or not, it's true. It's so true, isn't it? In a world where your audience is bombarded with marketing messages daily, honesty cuts through the noise. It really does. Transparency shows authenticity. You're not pretending to be something that you're not. It builds credibility, especially in service industries where trust is everything. And let's face it, for most service-based businesses, trust is everything. It's your reputation, it's your brand, it's your service that you're delivering. And that credibility is essential, isn't it? Transparency also creates stronger, longer-lasting customer relationships. The lifetime value of your clients will be so much more if they feel and know that they can trust you. And one of the ways to do that is to be transparent through your marketing. If people sense a mismatch between what you say and what you do, it damages your brand. But when your marketing messages match the customer experience, you gain loyalty. So let's have a look what transparency looks like in marketing. Because transparency doesn't mean oversharing, bearing your soul. It doesn't mean that at all. It's about clarity, about honesty, and about alignment. So some of these things that I'm talking about when I'm talking about transparency in marketing, I mean things like being clear with your pricing and what's included, setting realistic expectations about what your service can achieve, maybe share behind the scenes content to show how you work. And another way of doing this is to acknowledge mistakes if they happen and show how you'll fix them. I once worked with a client who was in the, let's say, mentoring and coaching, training arena, that type business. She was an expert in communication, but her marketing wasn't connecting. The reason for this is because the transparency wasn't there. In the last episode, I used an example where I was talking about how we'd work together to use the words of a client so that hit home. So it was a similar situation to that, but there was no transparency. So actually what was happening was she was brilliant at what she did. She was an expert in the field, absolutely top class, very well respected within her industry, but there was a connection missing between who she was, what she did, and the way that her clients perceived her to be. So when we were working together, I was able to help her to identify that this was a problem, and we switched things up. So we became more transparent, more open, even that behind the scenes kind of thing. It made her clients feel like they knew her a little bit more, and therefore it built that trust. So if you've got a slight disconnect there yourself between who you are and actually what's being portrayed through your marketing, then let's talk, because with the right strategy, you can fix that, and you can fix it quite quickly. Now let's look at transparency online and offline. Now, if you've listened to earlier episodes, you'll know that I've covered about authenticity. And authenticity and transparency, There are some overlap, but they are different things. So if you want to go back and have a listen to that episode, then I suggest that you do if you've not done already. That's more about being authentic through your marketing. But for this section of this episode, we're going to focus on transparency online and offline. So on your website, make sure that your services, your prices, and your processes are easy to find and easy to understand. On social media, show the real people behind the business. Team intros or more about yourself. If you're a solopreneur, more about you. If you've got a team intros, Q&As perhaps, testimonials and reviews, things like that. All the things that can communicate to your potential clients who you are and how transparent you are and that they can trust you. In emails and proposals, be upfront. People appreciate knowing what they're getting. When you're transparent, you attract clients. And I think actually what's important here is that you attract the right clients, your dream clients, the people that you want to work with, and the ones that are aligned with your values and your approach. So as a service provider, very early on in business, we kind of end up working with everybody and anybody we can, don't we? And actually sometimes you reach a point where, you know what, it's time to decide, are these clients right for me and my business? If you're transparent and you're communicating your values, what tends to happen is you attract the right kind of clients then. And that means that you're going to be happier providing the service that you're providing because you're going to be working with the clients who you want to be working with. So it's not just about marketing your business, it's about what's right for you as an individual and who you want to be working with as well. So let's look at some quick wins and action steps that you can take right now to either fix some of the problems that you've been having or just boost your marketing even more. So first of all, review your website for areas where it needs more clarity on how you help, the services that you provide, your pricing and your timeframes, that kind of thing. Next, ask a customer or a friend to review your marketing and tell you what's unclear or confusing. Because sometimes you're putting things together for your marketing and you think that it's going to be clear, but that's not always the case. So if you are going to choose a friend or a customer, make sure if it is a friend, it's somebody that understands your clients, not just you. They understand your clients and where they're coming from. So what's important here is it's either a customer or someone that can review your marketing as if they were a prospect. And then next, think about one thing that you could share this week that builds trust. Maybe a testimonial, maybe your process. It may be a common myth that you can bust to do with your business sector, whatever that is. Just choose one thing this week and do that. I don't know, maybe you might want to do one a week from now on, but definitely choose one and then you can start building on that. So for my final thoughts, building trust isn't a one-off activity. It's the result of being consistent. Honest communication is important, and that honest communication needs to be across every single touch point with your clients or potential clients. Transparency doesn't weaken your brand. As a service provider, it strengthens it. If you're ready to attract more of the right kind of clients by aligning your marketing with your values, book a complimentary discovery call with me via my website. The link is in the show notes, but my website is tracyheatley.com. You can also follow me on Instagram, Facebook and YouTube. And if you're on LinkedIn, please do connect with me. I love to connect with people on LinkedIn. So drop me a message and say hello. Next time, in the next episode, I'm going to be talking to you about how to prioritize when everything feels important. I'm a business owner too. I get it that sometimes it can feel overwhelmed because everything you've got to do is important. So next week, we're going to be getting to the nitty-gritty of how to prioritize that. I'm hoping at the end of that episode that you feel like a bit of a weight's been lifted. So if you are feeling a little bit overwhelmed with marketing, or do you know what, you're putting the pressure on yourself because you know you need to be doing marketing and you're not doing it right now, that can be just as stressful, then you need to listen to that episode because that one will definitely resonate with you. I'm Tracy Heatley and I thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Better Marketing Podcast. I've just brought you Marketing Magic in Minutes as promised. So until next time, remember, better marketing means better business.